Hello Militians, we're back for another fun facts and lore bits of Mabinogi. Today we're going to look around the area of Dumbarton, starting with Manus. Similar to Bevan and Tyr Canal, Dumbarton's healer Manus also went through a localization appearance change when Mabinogi released in North America. Here's a side-by-side of his Korean and North American portraits. Comically, in North America, we can still see the Korean versions of Manus in several side quests, such as Arya's Lunchbox quest, where Manus becomes very ill after taking a bite of the meal Arya has prepared. On Fridays, when the main Maha cooking contest occurs, Glennis will leave Dumbarton to be a judge at the event. During that time, Pernus, a distant cousin of hers, watches over the grocery store. Speaking of Glennis, we're told by Manus that her husband sadly died from eating raw mana herbs. This serves as a warning that direct consumption of the herbs is ill-advised, and players need to process the herbs into potions to negate the toxicity. In the corner of the town square, there is a statue depicting a deity. In-game, we're never explicitly told who this deity is. However, players assume it is either Limerick, the god of love, or Morrigan, the goddess of war. Wait! The day after I recorded this, the developers dropped a new blog post for Project Eternity, the migration of Mabi into Unreal Engine, and in one of those posts, they discussed the fountain in the corner of Dumbarton Square. Yes, this is actually a fountain depicting Limerick, the god of love. And according to the blog post, the devs are putting a lot of love and effort into making this fountain come to life in UE5. So let's take a moment to admire this fountain's growth from its OG concept art from 20 years ago to its new renderings in UE5. According to many NPCs around Dumbarton, the city does have a lord called Lord Foris, as well as an unnamed captain of the Royal Guards, but both rarely ever show their faces outside the town office. Neither have appeared in-game beyond NPC dialogue. But thanks to some tech-savvy players, a portrait of the MIA Lord Foris was discovered. This is what Lord Foris looks like. Interestingly enough, with Chapter 8, G26, one of the new NPCs actually talks about Dumbarton's lord, and suggests that he doesn't even exist, and that Evan is enough to run the entire city. I feel like this was a way for the devs and the localization team to poke fun at us lore geeks. If you unlock Stuart's secret shop, you can purchase a Scary Library Pass. If you enter the library between midnight and 1 AM in-game, you'll find yourself in the Scary Library instead of the normal one. The Scary Library is filled with ghosts, cloakers, and hollow knights, so be careful venturing in there. Simon, the clothing shop NPC, has a special animation. This animation was originally created as practice by a novice programmer during the game's development. And during the closed beta test, players started to associate this dance with Simon, and thus this animation stuck with him into the official release. Shifting over to Rabi Dungeon, if a player successfully crits with a counterattack on a succubus, or even the succubus queen within Rabi Phantasm Dungeon, a piece of her clothing will fall off. This disrobing feature is also present with the Sirens of Rundle, where only their mask gets knocked off, and the Duke of Peter Abyss. I don't think I need to say more about this, but only the Siren Mask and the Succubus Queen's outfits are attainable for players to wear. The others are more so fan service. So have fun with that. Inside Dumbarton Library, you'll find several crystal balls that you can interact with. The crystal balls allow players to view cutscenes from any generation they have completed. For some of these generations, there are extra cutscenes that newer players never got to see when they played through the generations. These cutscenes were removed from the generations due to streamlining, rewrites, and retconning. However, those cutscenes remain viewable within the crystal balls. There's also some funny visual and technical bugs when viewing some of the cutscenes, as some cutscenes were originally meant for human characters only. This weirdness was due to the Genesis update, where elves and giants were given access to run G1 through 3, which was originally only for humans. The crystal balls were not updated to take into account which Guardian-like transformation the players are supposed to have in these cutscenes. So, we get to giggle at the cutscenes where our elf or giant turns into a paladin, the human-only transformation. But that is it for this video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye!